Donald Trump rage tweeted Vanity Fair magazine. He said this: "Has anyone looked at the really poor numbers out of Vanity Fair magazine? Way down. Big trouble. Dead. Graydon Carter, no talent, will be out." And a lot of people are like, what? You say a lot of random stuff, but this is super random.
This seems really random. Why are you reading Vanity Fair?
Well, some people, myself included, I'll say this is my opinion as well, they saw that Vanity Fair ran a review of Donald Trump's restaurant, the Trump Grill, and saying that it was one of the worst restaurants in all of the land. Tina Nguyen wrote, "The bathrooms transport diners to the experience of desperately searching for toilet paper at a Venezuelan grocery store." That one was particularly interesting. And about the cheeseburger, they call it the short rib cheeseburger is a sad little meat thing sitting in the center of a massive, rapidly staling brioche bun, hiding its shame under a slice of melted orange cheese. If the cheeseburger is a quintessential part of America's identity, Trump's pledge to, quote, "make America great again," suddenly appeared not very promising.
Okay, that description of the burger is definitely describing Donald Trump.
Oh,
isn't
God.
it? That's got to be what it is.
Oh, what was
a
the
sad
other
little
one?
meat thing. Come on.
Hang on, flaccid. There was they refer to like the flaccid dumplings and the flaccid material inside. It's so amazing. It's such a great review. Mm-hmm. And you might be wondering, who's Graydon Carter that was referenced in this tweet that Donald Trump set out? He said, Graydon Carter is the editor of Vanity Fair and has been for quite some time, and for years has antagonized and been a critic of Donald Trump. I believe he called him in the 80s a short-fingered vulgarian. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's the origin of the freakishly small hands criticism of Donald Trump. And Graydon Carter responded to an interview saying this: "He'll send me pictures. Donald Trump will send me pictures, tear sheets from magazines, and he did it as recently as April with a gold Sharpie. He'll circle his fingers and in his handwriting say, 'See, not so short.' I sent one right back by messenger with a note stapled at the top saying, 'Actually, quite short.'"
Yeah.
It's so good.
So maybe he has a grudge. That's what you're implying?
Yes.
Yeah.
In 2013, Trump tweeted about Graydon Carter and his restaurant that he had, saying, "Dopey Graydon Carter, who is presiding over the dying Vanity Fair magazine," dying years ago.
3 years ago, yeah.
"Is also presiding over dying Waverly Inn, worst food in the city." Graydon Carter saw this, and at the top of the menus at the Waverly Inn, it says, "Worst food in the city, Donald Trump."
Yeah. So look, I think if any magazine has been able to hold out to 2016, that's impressive.
Yes.
And deserves applauding.
And their readership's going up.
Yeah, well, look, I can say that I became interested in this story, and so I got a subscription for 2 years to Vanity Fair.
Did you really?
Yeah, why not? It must be interesting.
Tell you something about Vanity Fair. Those articles are like 700 pages long.
Yeah, I might not end up reading it, but I'm glad that I did it. It was very cheap, actually. Magazines are super cheap. And you can also get the digital version as well. So look, he obviously did it because of the review. The thing about him, and I've talked about this before, he clearly has an RSS feed of his own name set up. Because how did he know that they'd done a review of some fucking restaurant with his name on it?
But they said someone has. I read an article.
He's going to be president. He's super busy, supposedly, doing presidential stuff like meeting Kanye West. So he's busy, and yet he still can notice if you write an article about him, boom, instantly he knows and starts tweeting about it.
That's his priority.
That is his priority.
It's obviously his priority because he's reading stuff. He's not reading press briefings.
I think I'm to blame because I've been saying this whole time that if he is going to be president, he has to address the fact that he's really stupid, doesn't know shit about the world. So he has to study, and so he's doing it. But he's studying like magazines, like circulation rates. Like that's not what you're supposed to be studying.
He's got his finger on the pulse, and so now there's a thing.
He's got his tiny finger on the pulse.
Trending on the internet is someone else posted, a political reporter posted a tweet that said, "The man next to me at Trump Grill ordered a vodka martini," and this is how it came out. And it's just a giant
like a water glass or something?
It's a wine glass with ice in it. Whether this is real or not, or she was like, "Here, pour that in here."
She doesn't like Trump, Olivia Nuzzi, but it could be. Oh God. So look, and by the way, we understand, and we're always cognizant of the fact that, like, I think we've explained why he did it. It's not just to distract people from other news, but you always have to be on the lookout for him to be trying to distract you from real news. But I feel comfortable that we on TYT have covered the real news of his hotel conflict of interest and today's revelations about Vladimir Putin's direct involvement in the hacking. We're covering all that stuff too, so don't worry.
Right, I'm not. John is.
No.
I want you to know that my #1 priority is his tweet streams about magazines.
No, I actually do care about this. So one other thing I want to say, he attacked Boeing, he attacked Lockheed Martin, he's attacked all these brands, including now Vanity Fair. In some cases, he's actually done billions of dollars worth of damage to them. In some cases, Vanity Fair will probably actually do better as a result of this. But isn't it sad that this guy who has millions of followers and can apparently have an effect when he tweets can only destroy the value of a company? He never tweets out something and then their stock shoots up by 20%. Like, he can't create anything with his influence. He can only knock it down.
Yeah, but that's a tough argument because since he was voted president, the stock market, until the day they announced that interest rates were going down, went through the roof. So that is, I think, what's troubling is the ones that benefit are just like, oh, it's probably because of a phone call behind closed doors that was like, don't worry, I got your back.
That's true. And look, to some extent, they're excited because their taxes are going to be cut to a third of what they are right now. But also, stocks had been going down leading up to the election because of fears of what might happen and uncertainty. So now people know, and so there's going to be some recovery.
Yeah. Also, there was a professor of journalism who said it's refreshing to them that the president is going after people himself as opposed to using their press people to do it for them.
To attack restaurants for them.
I'm not sure I agree with that. I just think it's so strange to have him go after a company after knowing he's going to be president.
Yeah. My theory is that being president is way easier than we think. And he's got lots of time. Maybe Obama's been faking it this whole time. It's not actually that difficult.
There's so much you get with Young Turks membership. You get the full 2-hour show of the Young Turks every single day. It's commercial free. You get Aggressive Progressives. You get all the other network shows that we put together. What else? Post games, right? And other things. And hugs and kisses and rainbows. You know what?
Somebody go get a 6-pack.
And let's all enjoy membership together. tytnetwork.com/join.